because I can tell somebody that has vision, and I can tell somebody who's like walking like Stevie Wonder. You see what I'm saying? So I can see somebody that's you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying though, right?
Yo, what's happening, brother?
What's happening? Let me try to get my AirPods in, man. Look at that, you're living the life, man. Look at the quality of your camera as well, man, compared to mine. Jesus, these MacBooks are cameras, honestly.
What Mac you got? You got a Mac, you say?
Newest one, it's the newest MacBook Pro.
Hey, mine's the same.
Oh, I don't know what it is. The lighting's a bit.
I got good lighting, bro. Look.
Yeah, I think your lighting's bomb. Look at you living the life. Look at you living the life. Jesus.
Come on.
Like, you're
What's
killing
going
it, man.
on?
You're killing it. What? That's
doing
good.
my best, bro.
I was driving. When I messaged you and I said 10 minutes, I was driving. So I was at red light, so I was like, let me just quickly reply because I just saw it come up. So yeah, here I am, just got home. You know how it is.
I know how it is, bro. I'm the grafting.
Yeah. Look at you, man, with your Colgate Max White teeth, bro. Come on, look at this. Bro, everybody strives to be like you, man. I'm telling you.
I'm doing my best, bro. And I just want to help as many people as I can, mate. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's about. Do you know what I mean? That's why I win this game, right?
Yeah, 100%. I love what you're doing, man. Honestly, more people need to see what you're doing. More people need to see what we're doing. And obviously, this is what this is all about. Bro, the connection, the collab is going to be beautiful. You know this. So
come on.
This is even the foundations. This is before the foundations.
Yeah, yeah.
Before you read the first page, this is what this is.
Like, people don't. Do you reckon people are ready for what we got from?
Hopefully, some people are, not all.
That's right.
Not everybody's ready yet. Not everybody's ready.
In divine timing, bro. Right?
100%, bro. I feel like Clubhouse has brought us all together. I think that's what we found, Chop. Yeah, Clubhouse. So Clubhouse, the way that worked for us was like, when I think we were in the same room, we connected through there. I think Nathan Hector was in the room as well with us.
Yeah, Nathan's my boy, man. I love Nathan, bro.
Nathan is a cool guy. But yeah, and then we found that, and then we started, and then you made your WhatsApp group. That's what it was. But one thing I do like about you, and I will say this to you, that I'm seldom like excited to tell people about things I like about them, because I just don't do it. I'm not really big on giving people like so much
recognition.
Love, but I could tell. Yeah. But you know what the thing is, right? I could tell as soon as you made that WhatsApp room, I could tell you was hungry, because I can tell somebody that has vision, and I can tell somebody who's like walking like Stevie Wonder. You see what I'm saying? So I can see somebody that's you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying though, right? Like, you can tell when a person's got vision and when somebody wants to actually take action in their life, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah. You can. It's funny because you can tell people's, like, the way people behave, the way people talk, the words that they speak. Like you said, you're either walking like Stevie Wonder. I'm kind of guessing like you're talking about like people like kind of drifting, not really having vision, direction.
Blind. Some people are just lost. They're just like, they're walking for the sake of it, but they don't know where they're walking to. But like us, for example, we got a goal, and we know what route we're going to take. We're going to take this car, we're going to take a right at this turning, and obviously some things get in the way. You get like roadworks in the way, right? And sometimes you got to take a diversion, but that's what life is about. But whereas some people are just walking and they got nowhere to go to.
Yeah, man. Do you know what it's kind of like, man? It's kind of like you said, it's like getting in a car and not having, like, wanting to go somewhere where you've never even been before, or like getting in a car and just driving and not knowing where you're going to end up. Like, you're going to end up in places where you don't necessarily want to intend, and you're going to break down, and you're going to be fucked in the long term. Exactly. You know, you might be going fast in the short term, you might be driving, but eventually, if you don't know where you're going to end up, you're going to end up in places where you don't want to be. Like, it's the same is true. Like, on the flip side, like, if you're in a vehicle and you know where you want to get to, then you'll do the things necessary to become that person and stop off at the right points to fill up your petrol and get to your destination, you know? And you know, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, is it, bro? You know what I mean? You might get a punctured tyre, you might get a cracked windscreen, but understanding that this is where you want to be, you're going to pull over, make sure you fucking change the wheel, fix the screen, and carry on. Do you know what I mean?
Bounce back.
Yeah. That's it, bro.
That's how it goes, bro, man. That's how it goes. But look, what I believe is if you got belief in yourself and you have a long-term goal, it doesn't matter about the in-between, because you're going to get there. But you got to have fun during the journey, man. Because they always say, look, it's about the journey, not the destination. It's not about where you're going. It's like saying, for example, let me change it. Let me flip this. So let's make it right. Do you remember everybody used to play this game? Do you remember Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the game?
Yeah,
of course you do, right? Of course you do. How boring was it when you just had everything straight away? When you give yourself the money and everything, it's like, I've got everything now. There's no point. Yeah, there's no point in me even doing any cheat code. There's no point in me even playing this game because I've got everything. There's no point in me doing the side missions to get the story because I've already got everything to make the money. Whereas if you start off with zero, it's like you're grinding and it feels more rewarding. It's like those people that win the lottery, right? Like they don't know what to do with the money. That's why they go broke after.
Yeah, exactly. It's mad, isn't it?
What I'm saying? So. And
they're still unhappy. It's mad, right? Exactly. It's mad. Yeah, it is. It's within the process where we find happiness, man. You know, not the destination. Like, you know, get to where we want to be. Yeah, that's great. You know, you can kind of measure success from that, but it's the person you have to become to achieve it is the success. You know what I mean? It's the person you have to become. It's the failures you have to go through. It's the people you have to meet. It's the hardship. It's the heartbreak. You know, all these lessons make you stronger, make you who you are. Isn't it? And it gives you and you know, people go through these things and you know, it can either tear you up and it can put you down, or you can use it as fuel to motivate you. You know, that's the powerful thing. Like, we have a choice. That's incredible.
Do you know what? You know, I can smell Clubhouse Room coming on. Definitely. This is just natural. This is just like natural speaking. So honestly, it's crazy, bro. But look, it's not just about me. Like your story is been very enlightening. Like, for somebody that's come from having mental health to being in a position to start your own business. You're living in Dubai, you're living the life. Look at the sun, man. Look at the show. Show everybody the setting, man. Everybody needs to see the set. Show everybody the setting.
I think everyone's bored of it, bro. But look, we'll show.
Bro, I ain't bored of it. Of it.
But listen, that's not why we come here. The reason why I come here is because, you know, obviously you're doing amazing things as well, bro. And like, I want to know, like, what's your vision? Like, where are you right now in terms of like helping people? Your business.
Where do we start? So look, a lot of people, right? A lot of people do know what they want, but they just need to be reminded. They just need a little slap in the face. And a lot of people that do know what they want, they haven't got structure, right? There's a lot of people that haven't got structure. They don't know how to put it together. They don't know the step 1, the step 2, the step 3. These people, they want, this is how you do it. This is what you do, this is what you do. But realistically, there's no cheat codes. Like we were talking about earlier, there's no cheat codes to life, right? You just got to go through the process. If you've got a dream that's big enough, then sometimes you do need a nudge from somebody else to show you. And that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to help people attain their goals, love themselves, but mainly love themselves, because a lot of people are trying to get stuff from other people or get love from other people that they lack themselves. But realistically, you need to give yourself that love. That's the most important. So it's all about showing people that they can love themselves.
Yeah, people that's what most people they rely on external validation, external circumstances, whatever that may be, events, people, circumstances. Like, they're relying on that external substance to make them feel good, and in the short term that may work. But in the long term, you know, that doesn't have any purpose. Therefore, it will lead to long-term suffering, long-term pain, you know? But and that's what people don't get. Like, if you just put in the work in the short term, to have the correct mindset, to have the correct strategy, the correct mentors like you, and then have somebody like you hold them accountable to taking the steps that are necessary to get them to where they want to be, you know, they will go through that short-term pain at first, but it has a purpose. Therefore, it'll give them long-term pleasure, long-term gratification. You know,
exactly.
People don't want delayed gratification, and this is the problem. Like, people want it all now, like the cheat code we're talking about here. So yeah, 100% get that, man. And although you are where you are, Mike, yeah, you're a successful coach. Would you call yourself a mindset coach? Would you call yourself that?
I'll say a mindset coach. Yeah. I'm not really a fan of labels, but the mindset coach gives a kind of like.
Yeah. So you help people get from where they are, with their current situation, to where they want to be. Mm-hmm. Period. Yeah, that's good, man. So, like, although you're where you are now, you're helping a lot of people. You know, it wasn't always that way for you, was it? You know, where was you, like, 3 years ago, before you come on this journey of like coaching people?
I'll tell you, 3 years ago, right? 3 years ago, I was nowhere near the place I was now. 3 years ago, I was in a toxic relationship, and those people that have been in those type of relationships, they can definitely understand what I'm trying to say. So I was in a relationship for 7.5 years. Since I was 19, I was in a relationship, and it was just pure toxic. All it was, my life was this, right? Imagine this for 7 years. Wake up in the morning, go to work, come back. Wake up in the morning. And it's crazy that I say this, because this is most people's lives. But for me, for somebody that has such a high value of myself, I'm high value now, but then I wasn't high value. And a lot of people aren't high value now, but anybody can be high value. Man, woman, doesn't matter who it is, anybody can be high value. So 3 years ago, I was in a relationship, and I didn't go anywhere. I didn't meet up with friends. I lost touch with people that were like family to me, like brothers and sisters to me, and even my own family. So I thought that having somebody else's love was what I needed, but in actual fact, what I actually needed was my own love. And you know, James, bro, you know this. You know, when you go on the airplane, they always say to you, put your seatbelt on before you help somebody else. Why is that?
Yeah,
because you need to help yourself first, help others.
Yeah. It's like trying to pour from an empty cup, bro. You can't do it.
No, 100% not. So 3 years ago, I was just not in the right mindset, but it just shows you. Look,
so back 3 years ago, like, you was in that place. So, you know, what was your kind of like your desire that you had? Like, so you knew where you was back then, and, you know, you're struggling like with yourself, you was empty, toxic relationships, wasn't where you wanted to be in terms of like financial success, you know, relationships, and what was your health like as well? Mental health?
Everything was just terrible. Health. Yeah. I mean, I was eating takeaways like pretty much every day, because my ex couldn't cook. I wasn't a good cook. So it's like I was relying on takeaways and like family cooking, and that's a joke. Like you just can't be like that. Well, somebody's got to be able to cook in a relationship, if not both. I mean, it's better. And I'm just like, that was me then. So I didn't have the health. I didn't have a good job. I didn't have the mindset. I didn't have the motivation, and most importantly, I didn't have the goals and structure.
Yeah.
At all.
What was your desire then back then? Like, what was it that you wanted to change, or what was it that you wanted to have?
I wanted more money so I could get myself out of that situation. But the problem is, I didn't know how to get the money. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I was passionate about.
Yeah, man. You didn't know how to help people, serve people. Mm-hmm. That's what a lot of people think. Like, people focus on the money, right? Yep. Like, I want to earn this much. It's the wrong way around. You have to be in service. You have to help people, you know? And you can only help people if they want to help themselves at the end of the day. And that's what you're saying at the start. Like, you know, you can't help everybody. You have to help people that are willing to help themselves. And not everybody's ready to do that. That's cool, man. So when you was like back then, you know, you had this desire to, you know, you wanted to help people, right? And you wanted to earn more money, help more people, serve more people, you know, overcome the challenges that you probably went through, right? So what was you struggling with, like, internally and like in the world back then?
So I'll tell you a bit about my story, right? I had no idea how to make money. No one in my family's ever had money. We've never been of abundance, my family, at all. I was brought up council flat in Camden Town, around people that are doing drugs, selling drugs, carrying knives. So for me, it's like I didn't know what to do. If nobody tells you, or if you don't want to learn yourself, then you just don't know what to do. So I was in that position whereby I didn't have the resources to make a change. And when I say resources, I didn't have the resources to make a change. So I thought that these other people, they want a step 1, step 2, step 3. They want someone to tell them that. But in the actual fact is, you just got to go and learn yourself. And that's what I didn't know. I thought there was a cheat code. There was something's going to happen. And one day I was going to wake up a overnight millionaire, but without doing anything. I believed in the law of attraction, but I wanted a miracle, and that didn't work. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe in myself. So I expected something to come, but I didn't believe in myself. So how could I have anything come? And nothing did come until I made the internal change.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. Like, so you wasn't believing in yourself, and that's having an effect on your outer world as well, right? That's right. You had like the desire, you knew kind of what you wanted, but didn't know how to achieve it or didn't believe it. And was you taking action back then, like to achieve the things? No,
nothing.
That's another thing, man. Like with law of attraction, there's 3D law of attraction, and there's actually 5D. And 3D is like when people know what it is, but are not like manifesting. I hate that word, but manifesting, creating the energy that relates towards what they are thinking.
Yes.
Because if they were actually believing in their thoughts, believing in their desires, believing in their vision, yeah, then you create a certain frequency that operates at a higher level. And when that frequency is operating at that higher level, you'll start to move into that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So people know loads about law of attraction, but they don't implement it. And that's contradicting the law of attraction. So people know but don't do. And knowledge is not power. Like people think that knowledge is just potential power. Applied knowledge is power.
There you go.
And that's what people don't understand. But that's wicked, man. I love that what you said. So you're going through these things, right? So what was the biggest challenge that you had, or the biggest wall you faced trying to take on this new opportunity of like change and like massive action?
Do you know what it was? And this is a lot of people's fear: being lonely, being alone. That's the craziest fear. But there's two ways of thinking about it. There's thinking being alone as in I've got nobody likes me, I'm on my own, what's the point in living? Or there's being alone, okay, now I get time to think for myself, I could do things for myself, and think about yourself truly as you, and understand more about yourself. People got this misconception that you learn just from other people. No, I learn from myself every day. You learn from your dreams, you learn from your thoughts, you learn from by journaling. I'm a big person about journaling, so by journaling, I understood who I really was. And without having somebody whisper in my ear, it's like having a devil whisper in my ear, I'd say. Now that I didn't have that, once I got rid of that devil whisper in my ear, I actually fought for myself. And in doing so, I changed myself for the better. Because it's easy, you can be easily misguided if you have the wrong person next to you. They say who you are, who you hang around with, right? You are who your friends are. So exactly. If you're not around the right people, then you're going to get misguided. If you're going to be around 4 millionaires, guess who's going to be the fifth? You. So that's the biggest challenge, was being lonely and being alone. But it's just that paradigm shift of, was I lonely or was I on my own to think of things? That was the biggest obstacle for me.
Yeah. That was your biggest obstacle. So would you say that like the new opportunity was having like an aha moment to think, the more I spend alone, the more I work on myself, the quicker and easier, well not easier, but the quicker you're going to get to where you want to be, essentially. Mm-hmm. So was it like a day you woke up and thought, like, you know what, I'm making a decision now to be all right, just being on my own and working on myself? Yeah.
So I thought about it, it's like I thought myself like a lion. If I look back, right, it's like a lion will lay down, not do anything, but they'll be getting provoked by other animals. They'll keep getting provoked until one day the lion snaps and just eats them all. That's how I felt. Like daily I was getting there, and then one day I just woke up and I was like, listen, I had enough. I'm gonna do things for myself now. I'm gonna get rid of everyone. And it was like started fresh, and it was just amazing. it's this, that was the best thing. I think the hardship and then finally getting over the hardship was probably like my greatest success, more than driving, more than literally knowing that I wanted to become a life coach. I feel like knowing me more and knowing that I'm good enough was probably my biggest success.
Yeah, so the day that changed everything was the day when you decided to have a lion's mentality.
That's it.
That's sick, bro.
yeah, and I never stopped improving myself as well. Look, I've got this right here.
Yeah, that's good.
I've never stopped improving myself. Every day you need to take the steps to improve. You've got 365 opportunities a year, right? At minimum, every day is an opportunity. That's the way I see it.
Exactly, bro. That's wicked, man. So what was the kind of like plan that you developed? Like when you had this like epiphany, kind of like, well, I've got to have this lion mentality, go out there and hunt and, you know, go out there and go for it, go after it, instead of like letting shit happen to you. Let things happen because of you, right?
Yeah.
So what was the plan you developed to, like, you know, start going on this journey of like transformation and like achievement?
So step one had to be for me is I had to find out what I wanted to do. And although I've been able to help people for the longest time, but I thought to myself, how can I monetize what I'm good at? I was good at talking to people. I'm good at helping people. So how can I monetize that? And I typed in on Google, helping people and getting paid. And then something called a life coach came up. And I thought to myself, like, bro, I can't even swim. You want me to be a life coach? Like, this makes no sense to me. and then I looked into it in more detail. I was like, oh, that's what a life coach does. A life coach helps people like that, not swimming. I had no idea, right? So I looked into more detail about being a life coach. And then I thought, you know, this is something I can actually do. And then I did more research. Every day I was doing research. I was listening to audiobooks. While I was on my way to work, I was listening to podcasts, and I was kind of getting more knowledge of what I actually went through. And then, see, the thing is with me, I'll do something sometimes, and then I'll get bored of it. And then the life coach just stuck with me. I was just like, you know, I actually really like this, and I'm passionate about it. I can wake up every day and have life coaching sessions after life coaching sessions, and I'll still be good.
Did you get a mentor?
I did eventually. That's one thing that I feel like everybody needs. Eventually I did get a mentor,
yeah, because that's the next level, right? Because you can learn, like, you know, like people learn the books, people learn the strategies, but implementing them and having somebody hold you accountable and somebody kicking you up the arse is another thing, you know.
Exactly.
Because, you know, there's so much information. It's like we get overwhelmed in like info, and we like end up not taking any action because we don't know what the best strategy is. For that specific person, you know, because everybody requires different needs, different strategies, different mindsets, different goals. Everybody has a different belief, and everyone actually has, you know, a different definition of what success is. So it might just be emotional success, it might be mental success, physical, financial, you know, all of that. So, you know, just reading a book or listening to an audio book or something like that is good, and the next level is then to go and get a mentor to just like take you away from all the information and go, look, this is where you want to be. This is the best way to get there. That's cool, man. So after the plan, after meeting your mentor and all of that, what was like the conflict you come up against? Like once you had your mentor and you learned all this stuff, like trying to get to where you wanted to be.
I wouldn't say I had so much conflicts, but it's more like listening to people. I guess sometimes I'm not easily coachable, right? That's one problem I'd say about myself. Sometimes I can be stubborn in some senses, but if I read something, if I learn something, a lot of people are saying that, because it must be true, but there's some things that are new to me, like different perspectives, and I'm like, I'm not sure. So I think that's one thing. When I realized that I didn't know everything, and I need to be coachable, because look, ultimately I'm coaching people. So if they're not coachable, then what I'm doing is just for a waste of time. So I thought to myself, I need to be coachable. I need to go back to the basics and learn everything from the beginning and know that I didn't know a thing. It's like learning a new sport, how to play a new sport. If you don't know football when you're younger, then how are you going to tell somebody how to play football? You can't. So
yeah,
it's exactly like that.
No, I feel that, man. I do feel that. And what you said there about being coachable, like, that's something like when we get clients like on board with us, we're like, you know, when people come to us, we're like, look, on a scale from 1 to 10, like how committed are you to success? Like, how, on a scale of 1 to 10. And if they're like, yeah, you know, I kind of want it, you know, I'm kind of at like 5 or 6. And then we're just like, look, to be totally honest with you, like, anybody that wants those types of goals, you know, anybody below like an 8, we can almost guarantee that you're not going to achieve them. So for that reason, I don't feel that, you know, you're going to be the right fit for like one of our programs. Because, you know, we can't care about people's success more than the other person. Exactly. If it's gonna work. And this is what we're going back to, like, not everybody wants to help themselves, you know. People want the change. If you was like in a room, it's like, who here wants this change? I'll guarantee you everyone will put their hand up. You know, like if you held the carrot up and it was like $1 million, like, who here wants this change? Everyone would be like, yes, me. And then as soon as you went, okay, but who's here that's prepared to change? Everyone would be like, yeah, no, not me.
Yeah, do you know what the thing is? That reminds me of something. You've seen Wolf of Wall Street, right?
Yeah.
You know when they're at the table and he says, anybody can, I don't know, and he goes, sell me this pen, and he goes to the guy, sell me this pen, he goes, but I'm eating now. It's like, the guy's making an excuse, and then he says to the other guy, sell me the pen, and he does it straight away. That's the difference between the hunger. It's like, one person can make all the excuses and blame other people, and the other guy will just be like, do you know what, I'm doing it. That's the type of people you need. And I'll say even a 9. I think anything less than a 9 out of 10 means you don't want it. I'd even say, you've got to think to yourself, like, you're going to have to put in work. It's like nothing comes to you easily. Anything worth having is not easy to get. It's not easily attainable. So you've got to think, you've got to put in work. So that's the difference. So yeah, I'm feeling what you're saying.
Yeah, man. That's sick, bro. That's sick. So, like, despite the conflict, man, like, you obviously stay committed to the plan because you're where you are now, right? So what was it that you achieved at the end of the road? What was your biggest achievement?
Knowing that I can change lives.
Yeah, man.
I think once you get that testimonial, that's like, Mike Priest has changed my life, and it's like, okay, like 3 years ago, like I was saying before, like I was no one, I was nowhere. I didn't even have an Instagram, and now for me to go from no Instagram to next year, like 2 years later, to have 15,000 followers on Instagram, and people looking at my stuff, buying into me, coming into my rooms, and saying like I've changed their lives. It's just like, what? Oh. So every day I'm like, I hear it all the time. I won't say I hear you change my life every day, because that would be a lie, but I hear it a lot, and that's my biggest success. So every time someone tells me I've changed your life today, that's my biggest success, you know? Yeah. So that's the way I see it.
Man, that's sick. So you went from somebody that was like in a toxic relationship for like 7 years, like empty as fuck, through this journey, meeting your mentor, creating the plan, and then achieving the things that you wanted to, and now you're helping others achieve their goals.
100%.
Mate, that's fucking sick.
It sounds
simple,
sick. But it's not. It wasn't. It's like the iceberg. You see the top of the iceberg looks all beautiful, but underneath it, you don't see what's underneath the iceberg.
No, people don't see that, bro. People don't see that, man. And like, people need to see it. Do you know what I mean? That's why we're having this chat, because like we get sometimes put on a pedestal because people see like where we are, and they don't actually realize what we had to go through to get it. But, you know, just having that accountability, having that mentor, having somebody to guide you, gets you there in half the time than it would trying to figure it out all yourself. You know, like, I've invested so much money into mentorship, like, it's ridiculous, like ridiculous. But yeah, man, that's wicked, bro. That's a sick story, man. That's a sick story. So, what's your biggest goal for this year, would you say, for like helping people?
Our biggest goal this year for helping people is look, I'm gonna make it an easy one, right? Because I want to start off small. I'll say I want to change 100 people's lives, and some people might say that's a lot of people, 100 people, but believe me, it's not. Yeah. I've got such, that's normal for me. And then by the end of next year, I'll tell you 1,000, and then by the year after that, I'll keep increasing it. So I'd say this year, and I've already helped a lot of people's lives already. But this year I say I want to change the lives of 100 people, to get them to where they know what their goal is and how to get there. And look, I can't teach them how to get there, but I can structure them. I can get them to have some sort of structure where they can, and then have belief in themselves where they can. Because anybody can do it. Look, bro, me and you, look, I told you, you had to start struggling with mental health. You wanted to commit suicide. I came from nothing as well. Came from nothing, from dirt, nothing. There was some Christmases where I'd get like a VHS tape for Christmas. That's how broke we were. And for me to come from that to go to where I am now to changing people's lives, anybody can do it. Any single human being.
That's sick, man. You know? That's sick. So give us 3 steps on like what people can take in terms of like, if you was to coach people, you know, what would be the 3 main steps that they would need to do with you?
I'll tell you 3 main things you need to do. I'll say, get a journal, buy a cork board, and have a mirror. That's all I'm gonna say.
And a mentor.
And a mentor. Well, that's me, right? That's me. So yeah, that will make sense once people do coaching, and I'm sure it makes sense to you. Have a mirror, have a journal, and then have a cork board. So that makes sense, bro. You know, you're big on these stuff.
Yeah, man.
You know, so there are 3 things you need, and that's it.
Yeah, that's decent, bro. So like, I want to like also like touch on this point as well, because it's very important. Like, because the reason I wanted to do a story is because, you know, sometimes people feel as if like we're not approachable, you know, because they see where we are or they see what we're doing, and they kind of see it as a bit of an intimidation, you know. You know, oh, this person, you know, is up here and they haven't got time for me, you know. Like, what would you, if you was to talk to somebody now, like, if you was to give them a message, anybody watching this, what would you say, like, towards that kind of message of like, you know what I just said there about, you know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. If you don't try, you don't get. So look, Nike's slogan is just do it, right? So that's what I implore people to do. Just do it. If you're gonna see a celebrity on the street, and I'm not saying I'm a celebrity because I'm nowhere near that, but if you see a celebrity on the street, you will go up to them and approach them and talk. So how hard is it to send somebody a message on Instagram? If they reply, good. If they don't,
yeah.
So
what's the best way to? What's the exactly? What's the best way to, like, if I wanted to like come on your mentorship, what would be like the best way to like get in touch?
Instagram or Clubhouse. That's the
just
2
like
places where I post. Yeah, just as simple as that. I read every single message on Instagram. Like I said, don't let the 15K surprise you. I read every single message. And Clubhouse, I speak to anybody in the room. Like, it's just simple as that. Anybody can be helped. If you're willing to be helped, doesn't matter who you are, where you live, what you look like, you can be helped, and I'm willing to help.
Yeah, that's wicked, man. Like, and as well, like, what people don't understand is that, you know, we can't help everybody. We can only help the people that want to help themselves and, you know, want to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Or be open to wanting to get somewhere, you know. And what people don't understand is, like, we would never put people on a program that we feel that wouldn't be a good fit, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, it isn't for everybody, but even just having that conversation, because a conversation is free at the end of the day. We spend so much time on the phone just talking to people, getting to know them, right? And seeing if you know, 1, we can help them out, and 2, if they're willing to help themselves out, and 3, if they're, you know, if it's a good fit for both of us, to help them to get them where they want to be.
That's right.
And that is free, you know. And it's the same with you. You know, you talk to people, you give them like an hour of your time for free. You give them that massive clarity to understand what their problems are, to understand what their goals are. And then, you know, if they feel that they want to progress and they feel that, you know, this is a good fit and all of that, then they can like see if you can like have a partnership together and progress forward.
That's it.
So, you know, even just having that one conversation is just so much value. Wouldn't you agree?
100%. Definitely.
Yeah.
It's all about, it's not whether I'm right for them, it's whether they're right for me, and vice versa. That's the way it works. It's about both of you being comfortable with each other, because you gotta be vulnerable to really share some things with some people. So it's just having the right fit. And look, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not for everybody, and I don't know everything, right? I know how to life coach my sector. I don't know how to life coach. I can't tell you how to lose weight. That's not what I do. So other people can do that. But for me, goal attainment, structure, believing in yourself, affirmations, everything, then I'm the guy. But everyone else, I'll never sell somebody a dream, ever. Because there's plenty of people that can help them better than I can in that way.
Yeah, no, I 100% feel that. And it's the same for us. Like, you're obviously a master at life coaching, and you know, you found your niche and you found your perfect person in terms of that, which is great. You know how you can help people. You know also what you're not good at, which you're not trying to help people with. And it's the same with us. Like, we help like fitness coaches, one, because they're motivated, they like helping people, and we also help, like, as you know, mindset coaches and also business coaches. Like, that is our sweet spot for helping them build like online courses, online programs, like for their customers, like for their people, because we are so passionate about that. Like, if you know, if people have a passion for like mindset, business or fitness, then we have a passion for helping them build a program to give their clients like another level of like service. And you know, and that's like why we're connecting, because like there's so much value you give to people, and at the same time so much value that we give to people as well. Like, so mate, it's just amazing. Like, I fucking love that. And we've got a purpose now to, like, you know, build schools for kids. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Like, the more mindset coaches we can help, the more fitness coaches and business coaches we can help, then the more people that they can help, and then the more people, you know, the more people we're all helping. So yeah, that's what we want to do. And like, eventually, like, we're building quite a lot in our business and Inevitable Growth at the minute, where we're doing like leadership training, sales training, marketing and mindset, online structure, online course creation, and all of that as well. So we just really want to create that community to give people everything they need to become like a successful human in business and personal life. Like, it's just I'm just so passionate about it, man, because
I can
like,
tell.
Oh, bro, honestly, it's everything to me, man. Like, it is. Because, do you know why, bro? Like, you know what it's like growing up, like, our parents didn't give us this stuff. Do you know what I mean? We didn't learn this stuff in school. You know, we had to learn this by ourselves. And I would never change it for the world, ever. Because it's, you know, it's made you who you are. It's give you humble roots. Same with me. Like, I've had to do it all by myself and go through that journey of, like, you know, real low points. And I wouldn't want to wish that on anybody. But going through that has made me who I am today, and that gives me the drive and the passion, the purpose to want to help other people as well. And that's the same with you, right?
100%. 100%. I definitely resonate with that. 1,000,000%.
That's sick, man.
We weren't born with this. We had to make this. Do this ourselves, you know.
That's it, brother. That's it. So, just one final message for people to go off with. What's your biggest like inspirational quote, or like biggest takeaway from this? Even
I would say, I'll just give a quote just from the top of my head. I won't say there's the biggest piece of advice, but the biggest quote I'd say is one today is worth 2 tomorrows. Right? So don't wait for tomorrow, do it today.
Yeah, do it today so you have a better tomorrow.
There you go.
That's it. Love it, man.
Simple as that.
Love it, bro. Well, listen, it's been fucking wicked catching up, bro. And you know, if there's anybody watching this on my Instagram, my pages, podcast, wherever this is at the minute, then feel free. What's your Instagram, brother, if people want to find you?
I am Mike Priest.
I am Mike Priest. Yeah, I'll put it in the description below. But yeah. But yeah, wicked, man. It's been wicked catching up, brother. And I look forward to the next one, man.
And you, 100%. Soon come.
Take care, bro.
Stay blessed. Peace.